I've done a moderate amount of song collecting and folkloring and all that sort of thing over my long years, and I've always come across the same thing when you're collecting from what we call ordinary people. That's us.
Not special people like us.
Not special people like you. They always you say, look, I'm looking for, so yeah, I hear you write some poems. Yeah, I do, mate, but it's not very good. And you go, yeah, well, I wouldn't mind seeing. No, yes, okay, it's not very good though. And that's all they ever said. You write stuff. I'm not a writer. It's not very good. And they kept saying it's not very good until I got really fed up with them saying it's not very good. And I wrote a poem which is called It's Not Very Good. Absolutely. And it was just to point out, this is an amalgam of events that sort of never mind, here it goes, it's called.
Just before they start, Rog, I know a lot of people when they're listening to beautiful poetry like to sit there quietly and close their eyes and picture the scene in their head.
Yes.
Now, if you're doing that while you're listening to us do this poetry and you just happen to look up at some point and you see two really ugly old women standing up here.
It's us. It's us. It's us.
We change persona throughout the poem. So don't be worried if you see two really ugly women. Any minute we'll be back.
I am a fairly ugly middle-aged lady, and I am also a
crone.
Phenomenally ugly older lady. Yeah. Not a crone at all. That's quite derogatory.
No, you're a crone.
No, it is. I'm just a slightly older lady. All right.
Right.
So when you look up and you think, oh, it's them. It's us.
It's us.
Okay.
Don't be frightened.
I said it's no good. Up goes a shout. And it's the fawn and they're asking for you, something to do about a poem or two. And I go, hello, who's this? And the conversation almost inevitably goes like this. Hello? Hello, is anyone there? Hello? 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 G'day, my name's Jack Smith. I work on the hill. Your song collecting, I hear, I feel such a dill. Pardon, I say, you talking to me? No, it's one of the kids, see? Look, I write this stuff. It's not very good. He said that the kids kind of like it. It's not very good. Mum here, she says it's lovely. It's not very good. It's got a little tune too. And in retrospect, in fact, that's not very good either. And in fact, I say, excuse me, whatever you've done, I'd like to see it. So over they come. Tea's made with the small talk. No sign of the poem. The small talk gets smaller. Then the kid says, Dad, get on. It's not very good. He reluctantly drags a piece of paper from the pocket nearest his heart and scowls around at his family of dags. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for them, he mutters darkly. It's not very good. So his poem you peruse in the company of studied nonchalance, 2 muted coughs and 10 carefully averted eyes. You read his poem through twice, there's only several lines. Well, it moves along very nicely, it scans and it rhymes, and the imagery moves with a life of its own. The smiles light the afternoon and the red dust settles from Jack's now stilled nervous knee. On to a new and potentially dangerous tack. Tell me, how's your recitation? Because for better delectation, it's better if the writer reads it out. It seems to have more feelings. Truth, he almost reaches a ceiling. I'll read it, says his wife, as across her face a diplomatic smile chases a settled-down frown, and with another dark mutter, it's not very good. Jack subsides, the kids and me exchange a lifted eyebrow and a smile. Mum clears an obstruction in his throat. And then begins. I haven't got away with words. Singing is for choirs and birds. But I remember Mother, as pale as Hamlet's father, after finding Dad in the garden on his side, as still as the pennies on a dead man's eyes. She comforts Jane and me, sends the kids to the shops, calls the doctor, calls the cops, then said, your dad had a soul whiter than an angel's bum. And he's calling me already, and I'm more than ready for to come. And she lay down by his side, took his hand in hers, squeezed it, till the veins in her hand stood out like Stilton cheese, closed her eyes, opened them, said, please remember life's not terribly long. Stand by each other, help each other be strong. Stand by your kids so they may get up your nose. And remember life's short, don't be morose. And then with a sigh as hesitant as 1 o'clock half struck, the light left her eyes, but her love's never left our side. You don't like it, you bastard. I never thought you would. Into the car, you lot. I said it's no good. They're slamming them doors and they rocket off home. And that's why we're here, reading out Jack Smith's lovely poem.
Thank you.
There we go.
Nice and cool.